So this is the featherweight final, and coming in for Kazakhstan, Orazbek, ASSYLKULOV, a knockout against Eswatini in his first fight, a big left hand, and then unanimous decision wins against Carlos Martinez and Andrei Peglavaryan of Russia. All 5 scores were 29-28. Silver medalist at the 2024 Asian Championships, and at 27 years old,
now,
I think he'll feel that this is his big chance to step up.
Blue corner representing Tajikistan, Khusravkhon, RAKHIMOV.
So, ASSYLKULOV's opponent making his way to the blue corner is Khusravkhon Rakhimov, the tournament #2 seed, 23 years of age, from Tajikistan. At the semi-finals, he was a unanimous point decision victor over Khusravkhon Nurtaziev of Uzbekistan, taking it unanimously, but hard fought all the way. Started his tournament in the round of 32, and at the quarter-final stage, he beat Mati Golele Siguela of South Africa in a really hard-fought contest against a South African national champion. There was no love lost between the two, so it's a #2 seed against a #1 seed.
ASSYLKULOV in the red, Rakhimov in the blue.
Round 1.
ASSYLKULOV just trying to keep that distance early on, see if he can send that 1-2 through. Rakhimov is keener to get it a little bit more on the inside. Nice uppercut there from ASSYLKULOV. This is a good start from ASSYLKULOV. He's found that mid to outer range, which is suiting him at the minute. Nice busy hands. Rakhimov looking for the uppercut. I don't think it quite made its way through. Left to the body there from ASSYLKULOV did. And these two pretty much right on top of each other. There's been no real feeling out here. When you watch these two fight, those punches go out quick, they come back quick. And that's exactly what any coach would tell you to do. Good combination on the inside there from ASSYLKULOV, just dug the toes in, uppercut left hand. And he's got that advantage in hand speed midway through the round. Turning neatly around that front foot there, ASSYLKULOV. Rakhimov with a combination, but again the defences there from ASSYLKULOV look pretty solid in terms of the guard. I don't think an awful lot got through. He has had some successes in this opening round, Rakhimov, and he's bringing some pressure, but when you look at what's actually landed, the fighter in red, I think, is in the ascendancy on that front. Deep into the final minute of round 1, the scoring of the first round in a 3-round fight, of course, could be absolutely critical, and even more critical depending on what kind of a fighter you are. These two like to mix it up. You wouldn't say that one is either completely comfortable on the front or back foot. They don't heavily favour one of the two. If anything, Rakhimov is maybe a little bit more reliant on his ability to fight coming forward than ASSYLKULOV is as we come into the closing stages of the opening round. Looking for the right-hand counter there, Rakhimov. It was on as well, but he didn't quite land it. I think he got a right through to the chest there. Final few seconds of the round. Little shimmy there from ASSYLKULOV, and not too much in that.
Very little between the two boxers after 3 minutes of action. ASSYLKULOV with perhaps greater hand speed. but this man was trying to establish his own range in the space of center ring as well. You see him letting those combinations go, but during that combination, one left hook got through for ASSYLKULOV perhaps. Very good defense is being demonstrated by both boxers, and it's a clean sweep of the cards for the man in red. Orazbek, ASSYLKULOV taking it for all 5 judges, but make no mistake, even though he's got all 5 cards, his opponent Rakhimov was still very much in the contest. He's just got to try and turn some of those cards in his favor.
He badly needs to do that in the second round now, and ASSYLKULOV set a pretty high tempo there. And even in 3-round fights, fighters do feel it. They feel it towards the back end, because this is a very, very intense kind of environment, particularly in a final. There's so much at stake. Good right hand to the body there to kick the second round off for Rakhimov, and a long left hand gets through there for ASSYLKULOV. But the output has got to be higher from Rakhimov. That's a given for him. And just looking to try and swing him into the ropes a little bit there, I think Rakhimov maybe demonstrate that he's the stronger man. The referee kind of got there before he was able to do it. Just dipping those knees, going for that big lead right hand, but ASSYLKULOV sees that coming a mile away. He needs to try and work his way in behind that jab, Rakhimov, as he's coming forward. Doesn't have to be a weapon even, but just use it anyway to give yourself something to come in behind. ASSYLKULOV is just happy to trust that hand speed. And again, just looking for that left hand down the middle. I think the left hand got through there from Rakhimov. This inside fighting between the pair of them, it's a blizzard of fists at times. It's not that easy to tell exactly what's scored, but the second round taking a pretty similar course to the first one so far. Right hand there from Rakhimov, hit the gloves, but he followed it in and then got through with the uppercut. 1-2 from ASSYLKULOV, again was well defended that side from Rakhimov, and Rakhimov just gets a hold of him, pushes the forearm in, and the referee has a quick word, but I don't think that's the worst idea. Left-handed to the body there from ASSYLKULOV, and then brings up the uppercut. Right hand from ASSYLKULOV just bounced off the forehead of Rakhimov as he came forward. Again, there's another good body shot from ASSYLKULOV, and he's just got the edge here in, I would say, pretty much every department into the final minute. And he's taken that opening round 5-0. If he does the same thing in the second round, then he is touching distance away from a gold medal and that check for $300,000. He needs a big finish to the round here, Rakhimov. But he's on the outside looking to spring in. He did lead off with the jab hand that time, and you could see him open out to want to throw that big right hand, but didn't get the opportunity. He is a buzzsaw of a fighter, ASSYLKULOV. Again with that left hand into the body. Right hand came back there from Rakhimov. But ASSYLKULOV immediately just looks to try and ping him with that 1-2 down the middle. Works away to the body right at the end of the round there, Rakhimov. And there goes the bell.
Second round where Rakhimov started really aggressively after conceding the first unanimously. He tried to get onto the front foot, tried to prise open the defenses of ASSYLKULOV, but then at around the minute to go mark, the bolo shot from the backhand of ASSYLKULOV began to get through just above the belt line, and I think it had an effect on Rakhimov, because when the second or third one of these types of punches sunk in, ASSYLKULOV visibly stepped back. And from my perspective, Rakhimov visibly stepped back, and ASSYLKULOV recognized that, got onto the front foot, and he's taken it on a 3-2 split, which is crucial from his perspective, because that means he leads 20 points to 18 for judges 1, 2, and 5. Tried to step it up, did Rakhimov, but I think he may have felt the effects of those bolo shots to the body.
But equally, getting those two is absolutely crucial for Rakhimov too, because if he can win those two level cards, then it takes it to bout review. So getting two there in that second round after 5-0 in the first round, that's kept him alive. We don't know what the extra scores are looking like currently, but he's still in with a chance here, albeit a fairly remote one, the way this fight has gone, because ASSYLKULOV needs to take one of those drawn cards and the gold medal will be his. But I think he just walked onto a pretty stiff-looking right hand at the start of the round there, put onto his heels, certainly. 30 seconds gone, and RAKHIMOV needs something big in this final round. He's just got to keep punching and punching and punching. Touch messy as he dips his head and gets on the inside, and ASSYLKULOV there, I think, is happy enough just to take a little bit of a chance to rest and recharge, because with just over 2 minutes remaining, I don't think either one of these two will be in the mood, certainly not RAKHIMOV, to feel like they've done enough here. ASSYLKULOV, I think, will be fairly confident that he's getting the better of this, but they've both been at this a while. You can never take anything for granted. Swing and a miss there from RAKHIMOV. And again, this is not really doing RAKHIMOV any favours, the kind of style of this fight in the third round. As I say, it's a little bit disorganised. Maybe both of these two just feeling the pace a bit, and he throws that single right hand. I think RAKHIMOV is actually. He's thrown that single right hand, and he's just come straight onto the shoulder. Maybe he's relying on a big single here. Left hand into the body there from ASSYLKULOV was a really solid shot, and RAKHIMOV again up close. He's trying to disentangle now, but initially there he seemed happy enough to hold on, looking for that right hand. ASSYLKULOV tucking up, heading into the final minute of the fight here. This has been another good final, another good competitive fight. He's looking to whip that left hand up from low there, ASSYLKULOV, and you can see why, because RAKHIMOV had dipped his head on the way, and so much so that he lost control of his balance and ended up on the canvas. He's putting everything into it here, RAKHIMOV. I'm not sure how much he's got left, but he's pouring everything that he has got out onto that canvas. ASSYLKULOV, though, just manages to turn him, walking back towards the ropes. And again, that's a slip. No knockdown ruled, and final 20 seconds here. RAKHIMOV lets a right hand go on the inside and does manage to land. ASSYLKULOV just trying to work those hands. Final few seconds for the pair of them, and the mouth is hanging open with each of them, and you can understand why, because this has been an intense fight. They all have so far, these finals. Again, left hand, right hand there from RAKHIMOV. Bell goes at the end, and ASSYLKULOV looks to me like he's done enough there, but as we know, if those two 19 cards go RAKHIMOV's way, then we will go to bout review.
Well, whatever the outcome, you can see how the coaches are greeting and receiving RAKHIMOV as he makes his way back to the corner, because he gave absolutely everything in that third and final round in a bid to overturn the deficit that he faced. There was an interlude in that third round where he landed a solid shot, sent ASSYLKULOV tottering backwards, and he asked the referee for a count. He said, "Have you not seen what I've just done?" He held his hands out, the ref wasn't interested, and so he continued his attack. But a much improved effort in the third and final round from RAKHIMOV, but I think it may well be a case of too little too late. But he really did give it everything. He was met and matched in that regard by ASSYLKULOV. And if you hear the word unanimous, then we know that it's going to be the man in red.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest by a unanimous decision, and now IBA World Champion, in the red corner, representing Kazakhstan, Orazbek, ASSYLKULOV.
So ASSYLKULOV gets it by unanimous decision. It was a 3-2 split in that final round, actually, in his favour. So 5-0 in the first round, 3-2 in the second round, and in the third round. And the way the scores fell, it meant that he has won that fight by unanimous decision. But it was a good watch. RAKHIMOV put absolutely everything into it, but he was just up against it from the start. That was what I saw, and try as he might, he couldn't quite match the hand speed and the greater punch output, basically, of Orazbek. ASSYLKULOV, who picks up a gold medal for Kazakhstan, and of course that check and you get a belt these days as well. The finals so far have been very, very good, haven't they? We suspected they would be. They always are, but they've been competitive, very competitive.
Absolutely.
The national anthem of Kazakhstan.
So a gold medal in the books for Kazakhstan, and as I said, at 27 years old and having won a silver at the Continental Championships, at the Asian Championships in 2024, all athletes, don't they get a feeling of when their time is. And I think, as I say, getting towards your late 20s, because you've got people snapping at your heels to get that spot on the national team, he will have felt, I'm sure, that this needed to be his time.
Indeed. Everybody has a window where they are in their prime, and then you do need a touch of luck. Not picking up a cut which curtails your ability to compete, avoiding the plague of injury. A lot of things need to go right. As Serik Sapiev, Val Barker Trophy winner at the 2012 Olympics.